Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Dana Cole here. For those of you who do not know me, I am a photographer based out of Oslo, Norway, and we have my co-host here, Mr. Zebra, who will be a regular in these videos, by the way. Don't think it's strange that I have a zebra sitting here. Don't even worry about it. He's just gonna be here. Okay, so today's topic is going to be submitting to magazines and submitting specifically to fashion and beauty magazines. Now, this is an important topic for me because not only am I a photographer, but I am also the editor of a magazine called Cole. So that is going to be our topic for today. So let's just get into this video, shall we? So my first bit of advice is going to be finding magazines that fit your style and aesthetic that you enjoy. Like I said earlier, there are a ton of different fashion and beauty magazines. They all do not have the same style. They all do not have the same aesthetic. They are not looking for the same type of content. Some of the magazines do themes for certain issues and so forth, and you need to follow that. So there are lists online, like personally on the Cole blog, we have a list of magazines that accepts submissions, so you can just look through our list of magazines. There are also websites like Caviar, to where there are many magazines listed, and you can go through that and submit directly on the website. A lot of the magazines right now are on Caviar. I recommend that. I will leave the link below so you can check it out. That is a good place to be to submit, to see what each magazine is wanting in terms of submitting, and just submitting right there. So it makes it very easy for you to do. So we all know there are a ton of fashion and beauty magazines out there today, specifically indie magazines, as well as the high-end magazines like the L's and the Vogues, etc. Today's information is going to be more so geared towards the indie magazines that are easier to get your work in front of and submit to. So I'm putting that disclaimer. So once you have found the magazines that you like, that fit your style, that fit your aesthetic and the type of work that you do, you then want to check out their submission guidelines. Again, it goes back to not all of the magazines being the same. Some prefer JPEGs when submitting. Some prefer also the wardrobe credits when submitting. Some prefer no zip files. Cole, personally, I do not like zip files when submitting, and we actually exclusively only accept submissions via Caviar. A lot of other magazines are also starting to do that as well. So please follow their submission guidelines, all right? Okay, so at this point, you've picked the magazines, you've read their guidelines, and now it's time for you to do your photo shoot or actually put your mood board together with your team. Now, some editors do have their information to where you can contact them if you need something like a pull letter for your wardrobe stylist to be able to pull certain type of clothing for your shoot. So pull letters, yeah, I basically just explained, but I'll more so in detail. A pull letter is something that you as an editor of your magazine have on your company letterhead that this particular photographer and wardrobe stylist are doing a photo shoot for such and such magazine, and you are giving them this that they can use to show to the clothing designers that they feel a little bit more comfortable letting the wardrobe stylist borrow the clothing. Having a pull letter can help the wardrobe stylist get better clothing, etc. from certain designers. So this is a good thing to get if you can. Not all editors will give you a pull letter, but contact them, show them your mood board of your ideal, your model, your work, etc. And if the editor likes the ideal, they will most likely give you a pull letter, okay? So you have finished off your editorial, and the credits are there, photos are there, everything is ready now to be submitted to those issue of magazines that you made a list out to submit to earlier on, and now it's time for you to submit. If you have chosen a magazine that does not accept exclusive submissions through Caviar, then you have to go through the process of submitting it yourself via email. Now, Cole still gets some emails via our email due to people not sending through Caviar, and they do some wrong things, and I'm going to tell you what those wrong things are, aside from not sending through Caviar. So when you are sending your submissions via email to the specific magazine, if you are unsure if the person is a female or male, do not address them as sir. I can't tell you how many emails I get with it's dear sir, dear madam. You know, it feels weird, and it's, especially if they say sir, it's annoying. I roll my eyes every time I get something like that because I'm not a guy. So if you are unsure who you should be addressing it to, just address it towards the magazine name and team. So hello Cole team, hello Cole magazine team, hello Vogue team, hello Lucy's team. Whichever the magazine is that you are submitting to, do it that way instead of just saying dear sir or dear madam. Also, if you are going to send your submission to a few magazines at the same time, do please be smart about this and do not CC us all in the same email publicly. We can see when you do that. We can see you submitting to Cole, Elements, Elegant, Lucy's, Flannel, all the indie magazines, all the magazines in general that you're submitting to. We see that, and that's not a smart way to do that. Because also when you do get responses from some of the other magazines you CC'd in here, we also get those messages as well. So I don't know if you know that or not, but we do. And this is a good way to get yourself blocked by certain magazines. I personally have not blocked anyone who does that. I just delete it and think it's not a smart way to do. But other editors have blocked photographers for this. So be smart about submitting to more than one magazine at once if you're going to do it per email. Caviar, like I said, makes this very easy to do. You can submit your editorial to multiple magazines so long as it fits in their brief. But if you are going to do it the email way, blindly CC, I think it's BCC, do it that way so we don't see everybody else you're submitting this to. In the main email, in the main outgoing email, use your own email address, and then CC all of the other magazines that you're going to submit underneath it. So next is going to be hearing back or not hearing back from the magazines that you submitted to. If you have generally not heard anything back from the magazines that you submitted to within 1 week, chances are they were not interested in your editorial. Some may go up to 2 weeks, but at the most 2 weeks. If you have not heard anything back, that means your submission was not accepted. The reason being could be due to the style of your editorial does not fit with the style of the magazine. It could be due to retouching. It could be due to model choice, styling choice, whatever the case may be. If you are curious, you can contact the magazine again and ask if if you got a response back that your editorial was not accepted, you can send a message back asking why. Some may answer you and some may not. If you did not get an answer back, that just means it was not accepted, and they might be a little bit too busy to explain to you why. But don't let a non-accepted submission get you down. Just keep at it. We all get no's, even to this day. I still get no's to certain editorials for certain magazines. It is what it is. It happens. Do not let it stop you from submitting, and continue to keep trying, okay? So what happens when your editorial is accepted? Congrats to you, first off. So that is always a fun thing to do when you get those emails back that your submission was accepted and will be published in whatever magazine you submitted it to. Now, you've done all the steps to get here, which is great. Here comes the waiting part. Depending on the when the issue is going to come out, that could be next month, that could be in 6 months. During that time, you nor your team should not post those images anywhere. Consider them just laid low until the magazine has launched and has published the issue. And certainly do not publish it if it was accepted by a magazine before the magazine launches. They will pull it. They might not ever accept anything from you ever again. And you do not want that, okay? So, editorial accepted, woohoo! Keep it under wraps. Lastly, and this is my last bit of information, and this is going to vary per magazine. So some photographers I see always wonder if they're going to get a free magazine, like a free actual print magazine, or the digital version of the magazine, etc., from the magazine they were published in. And this varies widely. Now for Cole, when a photographer is published in our magazine, they do get a print copy, and they do of course get the digital copy and the tear sheets, and the digital tear sheets that they can spread around to their team and so forth. The only person who actually gets a print copy, you know, for free is the photographer. Now, some magazines do not give a print copy at all. A lot of the print-on-demand magazines do not do this because their magazines are printed when someone orders one. Versus Cole, I print ahead of time. I have like a print run that I print ahead of time. So I have magazines available to send out to the photographers. And me personally, I think that's only fair to do. They are contributing their skills and talents, and they should be able to get at least a magazine. Oh yeah, so that's what I do. Not all do this, and that's okay. If you want a print issue and you demand that, then make sure that magazine does that, okay? Don't be surprised at the end if you don't get one and they don't offer that, meaning you have to purchase it yourself or just be happy with the digital tiers. Some magazines do not even give you digital tiers. They will charge you for those. So know what the magazine gives the photographer for accepting and publishing their submission, okay? So know what your demands are, know what the magazine sends out, and base your decision on submitting to them based on that, okay? So that is it for my tips for submitting to fashion and beauty magazines, you guys, if you're still hanging around in here. If you have any questions that I did not answer, just post them below and I will answer your questions there. I think I hit on most things though, but again, if I missed something that you want to know, post it below or just send me an email. You guys know how to reach me. So thank you for watching. I will see you next time. We will see them next time. Yeah, we will see you guys next time. All right, bye.